Here we're going to look at some of the functions and the multiple key presses on the pocket operator range. This is the PO-12, the rhythm box. We select a pattern, press pattern, a numbered key there, and press play. There are 16 patterns that we can call up in this way. Press play again, it stops. Whilst it's playing, press BPM button and adjust the right encoder, and that actually changes the tempo, beats per minute. The left-hand encoder changes the amount of swing. So counterclockwise you get no swing. As you move it progressively more clockwise, you get more swing coming in there. Let's switch that down. So now, function plus pattern clears the current pattern. If we play it now, you can see that there's nothing in there. And now we're going to right mode. We select a kick drum sound by pressing sound and the number 1 key, there's a little kick drum icon. And on this grid, you can see the LEDs lighting where I press those buttons, and that means there's going to be a kick drum on each of those slots. If you see the LED progressing through that 4x4 grid. Now if I hold down right and press any other of those numbered buttons, you can actually write in real-time mode. I'm holding down right here and adding a hi-hat pattern. So you can use this, the pocket operator, in both step mode and also in real-time mode, where everything is quantized to that 16 slot grid. Now, I'm going to select a hand clap, program a few claps into the pattern in step time mode. And now we're going to look at utilising the step multiplier, and this is a way of glitching, repeating individual steps in the pattern. You can do this per sound, per step. So now if we go back to our clap, if you hold down the sound and you press the BPM button, now there's no clap in that slot, so we need to find a slot with a clap. Press it, and you see the little T2 up here in the display. And you see it repeats that slot there. Press it again, T4, T6, and you can do this per step, as I said. And you can, we're putting there on the kick drum, on the first ever kick drum. So that's Flaming style effect. They call it the step multiplier. Add a little bit of swing in there. Let's push the tempo up a bit. Now if we select the kick again, and then press the right key, and I can adjust the two encoders, and this is changes the sound, so usually the pitch and the timbre. It will vary from sound to sound. I can make the kick sound much more like a kick drum. I can do the same thing for the hat. This is the closed hat. And what I'm going to do actually is, I've held the right key down. Let's fiddle around with that encoder, and what it'll do, it stores the value at each step. So it's like automation for the sound controls. We can do the same thing if we press the effects button down and use any one of the numbered keys, and it brings up a whole series of different effects. Repeat effects, delays, sample rate reduction, filters, and so on. So you hold the effect down, press a button, and it will remember where those different effects come in. If you want to clear the whole thing, you can just press effects down, hold the effects button down without pressing anything at all. But I'm just going to go through here and play around with a few different effects options. And it will remember that as part of the pattern. So, now we can think about copying a pattern. We have 16 available patterns here. So what we've done here, we've now got pattern 1 and pattern 2 are the same. We can make some variations on the second one. Let's add some other beats, different sounds in there. So pattern 2, let's play it, bottom right, and we're using the keypad to play different sounds. In a pretty haphazard fashion here, adding some effects. And that's pattern 1. So now if we hold on the pattern key and press 1 then 2, what we're going to do is you're going to get pattern 1, then pattern 2, then it'll go back to pattern 1, and then play pattern 2. And you can do this with a whole series of up to 16 different patterns, so you can string them in different orders. If you press 1 multiple times, you'll get pattern 1 twice, 3 times, or whatever, how many times you press that key. So it's that simple when it comes to actually stringing a song together. And you get a whole lot of crazy kind of sonic mayhem going on. So now it's going between pattern 1 and pattern 2. And that's it.